Hi, my name is Pixie Nitmirt and I will talk about mother-daughter relationships today.
Please leave a message.
I actually started to think about this while I was sorting out my summer clothes, more than half of which is my mom's. Me and my mom never had great relationships. That's sadly the truth. She had a lot on her plate her whole life. Mostly because of me, because I'm an unexpected child, and her whole life after she had me, she had to somehow make it work for me. She also comes from a really toxic household, which is quite normal in Russia actually. Everybody is from the toxic household. If you are not from the one, how are you? What? It's quite a surprise for people usually, so it's normal. But she also comes from a really toxic household, and she never had great relationships with her mother, my grandma. She had to somehow make everything work in quite a toxic situation, and she still has to. And I never understood, why was she lying to me, to dad, to everyone around? Why wouldn't she be straightforward? Why couldn't she say everything? Just say everything. Why is it so hard? Why does she have to make all of it? And I never understood that. I remember the worst time, I think, in our relationships were when I ran away at 16. I returned back home the next day. My dad wasn't even, he still doesn't know that I was actually running away, but I scared the fuck out of my mother. And it was brutal. I never lived with my parents afterwards. My mom had to arrange everything that way, that I was at my friend's house overnight, and something happened to the train. It actually happened. There have been some renovations of the station, and she was like, well, she needs to live in Moscow, let's just allow her to live with her grandma. So I never returned to my home, and I know how hard it has been for her, because she actually lost me at that point. She lost her daughter that she was taking care of her whole life. And the problem is, after that, yes, our relationship became more honest. We actually talk a lot, we are kind of friends. But we're still at that point where I can't tell her a lot of things. It's kind of a tradition in our family not to tell anybody anything. We just do that way. But I actually would like to talk about a lot of things. I would like to discuss a lot of things. I would like to have her, just listen to her advice, have her opinion. That would be great. I would like to know her better, because most of the things I know about her life, I know from the words of my grandma, her mother. And she's not talking nicely about any of her daughters. And my mom, she's trying her best. I know that, and I see that. And yet, our relationship were never normal. They are not normal, and they probably never gonna be normal, because that's the reality I live in. I know your relationships are also not great. If you would like to tell your story in the comments, free to go. I'm reading all of that. I'm actually replying, and I like doing that. But I know how hard it is for you, and I know how much guilt you have. I know that you don't want to talk about this to anyone, and I know that the worst part is you can't really talk about this with your mom, because you know it won't fix anything. It will only leave a really harsh bleeding wound on her heart, and that's all. You will never fix it, but you can indeed have some decent amount of a really pleasant time together. You can go for a trip, you can, I don't know, just spend some time with her, because that's also her first time living. She doesn't know how to do that. I mean, your mom, she doesn't know how to do everything. It's her first time here too, and that's even worse than if they wouldn't even try, because you understand that they've put a lot of effort, a lot of thought, a lot of love in a lot of things they do, but it's never appreciated, or it's never enough. My point is, it is hard to fix. Sometimes it is impossible, but it's okay. It's really okay. Maybe just spend some decent amount of good quality time together, so that your mother know that all the mistakes she's made are still not the reason she's a bad person, because she's not. Maybe yes, she did some mistakes, as well as you. Probably you did some mistakes. I did, definitely. Because you know, by the time you leave your parents' house, you've probably spent like 90% of time together. Like I've already spent 90% of the time with my mom, and it was almost never a quality one. It was almost never really good quality time together. And I know that if you watch this, then you have the same problem. You didn't spend any kind of quality time. Maybe it's actually the time, because once again, that's your first time living as well as hers. She doesn't know how to do that. And yes, you won't ever fix what has been done by her or by you to both of your lives. But if you're watching this, I believe there is still love. And yeah, we finished with actually sorting out all of the summer clothes. I will publish a video about that next Sunday, about the actual clothes. I'm sorry to tell that, but some mistakes are made and you can't really fix or talk them out, or you can't really do anything with them. They are just there, and that's fine, that's life. Maybe just say to your mom that you love her and spend some time with her, because she probably misses you. That was Pixie Nightmares, and if you watched it till the end, share your story in the comments, leave a like, subscribe maybe, I will talk a lot about such topics. And thanks for watching, and bye!